Hello, welcome back to Vauxhall Stadium. It's hot, sultry and dusty, and that's only the competitors. Hot rods now. Later on in this series, we should be seeing the National Hot Rods, the World Championship from the stadium here in Ipswich. But this, in fact, is the 1600cc formula, which is designed really to open up the class. It's considerably cheaper to get one of these hot rods onto the track, something like £3,000, as opposed to the National Hot Rods, could be as much as £18,000. Obviously a very, very big difference in expense. One driver who knows a bit about both sides of it is Mick Codling from Lewisham. Now, Mick, you've experienced both classes. Sure. How expensive is the National Hot Rods?
Well, you're going down from the tyres to the panels, you're going all the way through the car. On these are more of a standard car. You don't have to use the plastics on the side, you know. The tyres, you're talking about £100 for one-time slicks. These tyres, you can get two for £100, and they last 3-4 times as long.
Really? How long have you been out of the sport? Now you're back?
Since Nationals, about 4.5 years, 5 years.
Do you think you've still got it to be competitive in this one?
Sometimes I have. I mean, I can win races. The next thing I think is I could put a box of matches under it, but you never know. You know, I think it's the way you moves. I'm a bit. The older you get, the more sort of softer you get. I mean, you've got to be a bit hard in this game.
Good. Well, we've already had 2 heats to decide who's in the final, and let's get down to business now. Commentators once again, Nigel King, Barry Lee.
We now come to the main event for the Hot Rod Formula, the 30-lapper, the International Championship. And right on the front row this time, we've got the drivers who have qualified to get on that position by earlier heats. On the outside, we have got Ken Self, and on the inside, we have got Dave Willis. Ken Self, only a yellow top driver. I don't quite know how he's going to go in this strong competition with the fastest cars at the front. On the second row, 2 men who are going to be well and truly there. 451, the British champion Dave Story, and alongside him 201 Dave Borman. So there are the hottest contenders with the pole positions on the front of the grid and raring to go. A clutch start, and any second now they'll be underway. A lot of machinery goes thundering in a cloud of dust into that first turn, and it's 665 Dave Willis who comes out on the far side in the lead. 451 Dave Story is second. 201 Malcolm Borman is third. 62 is in the fourth place, Ken Self from Headingham, and then we've got the 43 car on the inside of Colin Strudwick, beginning to get a little bit strung out now as Dave Willis pulls away. 665, 451, 201, 62, 43 and 549. There's Newell from Ipswich now coming into the picture. 450. John Story, the brother of 451 Dave, is moving into the next place. And there's number 3. There's Mickey Codling, who Jerry was talking to earlier on.
Mickey's really flying. He's come about from the 4th or 5th row back. He's now in about 4th, 5th position, I believe. He's just overtaken another car there now. He's had 4 years off of the hot rod scene. He's now back in this small hot rods, the 1600 hot rods. He's really getting together, hanging the tail out there, as you can see. Look, he's gone between 2 cars there, hasn't touched. It's a non-contact formula. He's going very, very quickly, very safely, and I tip him to come up into the top 3.
Yeah, he's going very well. He just came past 62 Ken Self, who in fact started on the front row of the grid. This is the man they've got to catch, and of course this is now possibly the chance to catch him, because as you can see, he's now getting held up by some of the slower back market cars, and this will give a chance for 451 Dave Story to begin to close up. So there's Dave Willis at the back of these 3, the leader, just moving on to the outside berth there. He's going to have a go around the outside, I think he is, yes.
This is the greatest thing about this formula, because they are on standard production road tyres. That means to say they've got a tread on them. They're not the racing slick tyre, which is dead smooth. So because they've got a tread on them, they can go around the outside because they can get a little bit of grip in the dusty surfaces. This is why this formula, I consider, is going to be the formula to be with in the future.
There's number 3, who we were talking about earlier on, Mick Codling, still there, currently running in about 6th place, and got quite a lot to do.
He's got a lot to do, but he's been held up very badly there, Codling. We're back now with 665. He's got the race sewn up in the bag. He's about 5 or 6 cars lengths in front of Dave Story, and I think Dave has left his challenge a little bit too late. It's only if 665 gets held up, I think Dave Story can make up that little bit of difference.
And 665 doesn't look like being held up too much, much to the chagrin of this driver here, I'm sure, currently lying 3rd, 201 Malcolm Borman. He'd like something to hold him up, to give him a chance to get back on terms. And he's got his own problems there, because he's got John Story alongside him in 450, who's going to pinch his 3rd place from him any moment. This is the battle for the third place. 450 John Story on the outside, 201 Malcolm Borman on the inside, and the 23 back marker car of Alan Dent Jr. from Abbots Langley holding the pair of them up. Malcolm Borman, they're still in 201 and going well.
Nice to see Alan Dent Jr. going so well. He had a terrible year. It was his first year in hot rodding last year. He had a really bad year, but he's now getting it together, and both him and his father are going quite well this season.
Okay, it's 201 then winning this battle for third place at the moment. Meanwhile, back at the front, it's still Dave Willis in 665, who is there in the lead, and he's still holding on to that lead with 5 more laps to go now. 665 Dave Willis, and he's really begun to shake off the 451 car of Dave Story, who's going some way back now. 201 Malcolm Borman is still third. This is a good scrap here. We've got a clear leader in 665, a clear second place in 451, and this is the battle, and the battle has just been lost by 201 because 450 John Story has now moved up into second place, so into third place rather. We've got brothers Dave and John in second and third places now.
John Story has actually just put up the fastest lap so far. There he is there with the 2 eyes looking at us, 450 John Story. He's
so that's
very
450, the third place man. 2 more laps to go now. The 2-lap board is out. That's the man who's in the lead. Dave Willis round the outside of yet another back marker car to keep himself secure in that position. In second place is Dave Story in car number 451, but he's a long, long way back now. He's a good third of a lap behind, and the third place currently is going to be 450 John Story. Into the final lap they go now with Dave Willis comfortably in the lead. Round the top bend, a nice clear run down the back straight, foot hard on down there. He's got nothing to worry about now. Into the final turn to take this Wheels International Championship, it's going to be Dave Willis from Slough in Buckinghamshire. Takes the checkered flag. The second man home is going to be 451 Dave Story, and third is 450 John Story, just to keep it in the family.
But Dave Willis of Slough, a worthy winner. Dave, you've been having a pretty good time here at Ipswich.
Yeah, it all come together last week. I had a heat in the final, so I went home, never touched a thing. Come back today and everything's fine. Good.
And you never touched the car at all?
No, not when it's like that.
But
Too risky.
You've come through various other grades and formulas to this one, haven't you?
Yeah, I had 10 years in stock cars, 8 years in super stocks, and I've been with this formula more or less since it started, yeah.
Will you go up to the national level?
No, not now. Not now. I'd have liked to have done years ago, but couldn't afford it and still can't.
But while you're winning, you're obviously having a good
still
time.
enjoying it, yeah. As long as I keep enjoying it, I'll carry on racing.
Well done. OK, so confirmation of that result. 665 Dave Willis of Slough was first, 451 Dave Story of Beccles second.